Hello, hello to both of you in chat. Welcome back for some more CoraL Jolly League um, autumn season. We have Battle Queens versus Noxian Crusade. Pretty important game. We'll see whether Battle Queens can take a game or an entire series away from Noxian Crusade. Definitely an interesting one to watch. Battle Queens as well, fighting for that fourth place spot, need to be getting as many points as they can. So they're going to hope to pick up a few more points here, if possible. Um, there are a few changes to teams from what people have seen before. Battle Queens having taken in the remnants of our other Arc team. Um, we'll have a few members that are, you know, that people can see, but a few members people have seen before, but on different teams. That's interesting. I did not know people could post and stream live with the caster role. Maybe something that needs to be changed. Anyway, we'll get straight on towards the first game because that's what everyone is here for. There is a poll for who will win the series. I mean, there's only like 2 or 3 people in the chat, so it's not really gonna make too much too much difference right now. But at the moment, most people are edging towards Noxian Crusade. I guess worth saying they're probably the favourites going into this. Expect Noxian Crusade to have a slight edge on winning, but definitely could go both ways. And Arc could really show up, could surprise us. So let's go straight over to the first game. May as well. So just quick rundown of the players on the teams and who we got. We've got Arc Battle Queens on the blue side. Renska in the top lane is playing the Camille. It's a new one for her, more of a bruiser style rather than what we've seen before, which I'd say was mainly edging towards the sort of tanks. Camille's more of that sort of split push damage focus. Enigma in the jungle has Viego. Floopy is the new mid laner for Arc Battle Queens. He's playing Orianna in the mid lane. Raka this time not with an actual AD carry, is playing the Kennen, doing a bit of reckless cosplay there. And Scylla in support is playing the Braum. Gonna have that power from the Braum. Braum pretty good with the team comp, honestly. A lot of melee champions, a lot of champions that do focus on their auto attacks can definitely proc that Braum passive. Meanwhile, on the other side, Noxian Crusade, Vink at the top lane, playing that Poppy. Very good counter to a couple of these enemy champions, or at least the top side of the map. Can stop the Camille jumps, can stop the Viego short stun dash, I think at least. I think it counts as a dash, it definitely should do, but who knows with Riot nowadays. Turalura in the jungle has Nocturne, attack on right in the mid lane has Morgana. Fulminare has the Jhin, and Sveno has the Nami. So one thing I'll say is there's a little bit, maybe you could say a little bit of a lack of damage for the side of Noxian Crusade. Realistically, Jhin will struggle to get through tanks. Something like a Braum is really going to slow down this Jhin's damage, especially with the shield. There's actually a draw there on the poll between whether it was going to be a draw or Noxian Crusade would take that first one. Oh, there we go. And we'll start straight up into the game. No sense in waning, after all. As we load in, there's a couple of things to take note of. Renska's gone for that grasp. Gonna hope to get some of these grass stacked out early. One thing that I'll say, it'll be quite interesting to see if how well both Ren and Vink know Camille. Because obviously both of you want to trade around her passive, want to trade around her Q timings. Cause, in Ren's case, she really wants to get out those Q procs. Whereas for the side of Vink, obviously he wants to try and do his trades when Renska's passive is not up, when those Q procs aren't there. Oh, CoraL pushed up a little too far, but he's caught out. That's the passive going down. A nice slow coming out from Renska. And Flash, will the Flash follow? Renska does not Flash to follow. They're trying to give it over to Floopy. I'm not sure Stella needed to take that one, but you know, you still take it. Flash for Flash. The Orianna will be quite a bit less safe now in the mid lane. Bit sad. After expanding Flash doesn't get that extra, but the Braum really happy. Um, will probably, I assume, pick up a Ruby Crystal and just be sitting pretty. Will actually pick up the boots. Boots to control ward. You can see it is the Doran's blade for the cannon to start with as well. Sometimes you do see the Doran's ring nowadays. Of course, being a champion that doesn't have any mana whatsoever can go, well, whatever. Start wanted, could have gone Dark Seal, even. Ren will get back in time to actually pick up that entire first half of the wave. You kind of don't expect too much to be happening in this early game. Fulminaris Fenno will probably try and use the Nami pressure early to get a little bit of an advantage, but fleet footwork on the cannon means should be generally fine. Attack on Ret, missing a few skill shots there. Floopy knowing just doesn't need to even really push the auto attacks in. The interesting thing with the matchup with the two grass in the top lane, Poppy can actually proc the grasp with her passive, throw the buckler, and that's really when she wants to be trying to use it. Oh, but there's a gank coming into the mid lane. Enigma is here. Svenno knows he's dead. Is just going to stand back to try and let Fulminari get out, but Fulminari actually seeming to forget how Braum Shield works. Sticks around to put trying to put damage into Enigma. But there was back off from Arc Battle Queens there. And a 2-0 start for Battle Queens, coming in strong this game. Not seeming to manage to get too much onto this Jhin. That's the exhaust being down, the stun comes down. The Braum passive is going. That's a lot of damage, 200 health left on the Jhin. Being traded back though, Silanel could be in a lot of trouble. The shield comes out, Ignite is thrown down onto the Braum, but there's not enough damage there to pick it up, and Svenno yet again, as the return comes out from the Viego, and that's poor Nami being turned into sushi. CoraL will now try and capitalize on the fact Floopy has no flash, enemy jungler's down bot, this should be an easy pickup kill. And yeah, not much Floopy can do about that one. Best bet probably would have been to run down into the river, but tries to run back to the tower, and is punished a little bit for it. I think here actually using his own shield on the Poppy for bait, knowing Ren wants to make sure he does get that shield. So just throwing the Qs down on top of it, so Ren has to take some damage to get rid of it. And then Vink actually with the health advantage up in this top lane. Actually has all 3 procs left on the corrupting pot. Missed what happened. I think he got a cheetah recall off. Came back with a ruby crystal. Oh, engage once again. They're really just trying to bully this Nami. Passive starts to go down onto the Jhin, but probably not going to be enough. Ren could be in a lot of trouble. And there is the... I'm not really sure what the Poppy W is called, but you know, Poppy W can just stop Camille from being able to get out. And that's basically what you want to just hold it for in this lane. Wave in a pretty bad state. Surprised there's no TP up from Ren actually. That's a lot of minions she's going to be losing. Raka ganking her own lane here. Flashing forwards, getting that extra damage down. There's the stun. Auto attack's coming out. The heal will keep Fulminari alive a little bit longer now. They might just turn back onto the Nami now. Svenno in potentially quite a lot of trouble. They're turning it back around. Raka now also on 100 HP. The heals from the Nami doing so much. Fulminari just needs to get into range but doesn't quite have it. It's on a knife edge. Svenno with the heal yet again, just staying alive. So many health bars, incredibly low. And although Battle Queen's bot lane seems to be trading quite well actually in this early game, you see there is a big CS deficit. Oh, if Raka pressed W there, Svenno would have died. Svenno really playing on the edge, especially after having died twice already. So this CS lead will be made up. Battle Queen's going to use the chance to clear out a bit of river vision. The enemy bot lane has backed. And we'll just make sure this wave gets pushed in. Might go for a recall. It's not going to go for a recall. Probably could have there. Just bought some boots or something. See the bone plating here, not really doing that much to help against the Poppy, as it can just be easily knocked out with the buckler. Rat is fishing for skill shots in the mid, but again we're not really getting anything. Vink falling fairly low on mana, but does have 3 biscuits left for trading. He's trying to put a lot of damage down into Ren here. Ren walking over so much that Nick has been caught actually in the jungle, trying to get to the other side of the Brom for a little bit of help. Torilla being taken incredibly low. Will pick up the kill though. Floopy expending the ultimate on the Orianna. Not sure that one was needed, but will get that kill. And the curtain call is called, and that will be the curtain call for Raka as she will fall to the final shot. Only just. There was some good dodging, a little bit of mind games coming out there actually from Raka. Almost managed to survive in that one. There's the heroic charge going in. A lot of damage. The jump out has been stopped, and Ren just way too late to flash, forgetting that Poppy Buckler exists. You can't flash out with just an auto attack of health left. You need to flash way before. The way to actually play it is you generally flash so that you can use your E to get out. And Ren's struggling a little bit in this top lane. 2 deaths now. One of them was to a gank, but that second death just a solo bolo coming out from Fink. Very coming out just for a bit of deep vision from the bot lane of Battle Queens. And this game's very quickly been turned around actually now. In Noxian Crusade's favour, they are about 1,000 or so gold ahead. Damage tagging onto Fulminari. It seems like didn't realise Svenno's sitting in this bush level 6. Enigma waiting for something in this mid lane, potentially counter gank or not too sure what. And game just slowing down a little bit as Dragon's actually been started. They see Nocturne pathing over, but Enigma had enough time to finish that one. Stun goes down onto CoraL. He's trying to turn it around, but there's the ultimate coming out. Will go down. And Viego will take that kill gold. His Stride Breaker being picked up on the Nocturne, favouring the extra chase potential offered by that, as opposed to the Gordrinker's survivability. Interesting, still a bit of a bruiser build. Both flashes being forced out from the Noxian Crusade bot lane. And as well as the exhaust actually. In return for relatively little, so Battle Queen's very happy about that one. So you have to see if they can punish that lack of flash. Just using that fourth shot to get a little bit of poke down. Enigma will walk up into the bush, but spotted instantly on the ward. We'll use the red trinkets. I'm back in the bush. Not much left on this bottom side, so I think decent time for backing. Divine Center has been picked up on the Viego. We can see Orianna going for the Ludens. Hey yo, wins. Welcome to the calm stream, where I have barely any sleep and are quite hungover. So it's quite calm. Oh, no worries. It actually works out kind of nicely. I can probably sleep a bit in between games. that maybe I'll actually be like awake. But yeah, 5-5 as we get towards the mid game. Actually, really close on the scores. On the gold. TP coming out. Will actually get interrupted. Not sure if that was communicated, but maybe our bot lane could have gone for the aggressive fight. If it had been communicated, that would get interrupted. Did get the Orianna flash out for it. Vink actually going back in, taking the 1v2. Knows that Nocturne is close by. Nocturne jumping in now. Has the Strider, will try and put down some extra damage, but that's Vink going down quite early. The Hextech ultimatum going down there. Try to keep Turilla in close. That's a lot of tower shots though. Not quite enough damage to finish off Turilla, and it does end up being the 1-for-1. You started to drink after work because it's free alcohol. Well, I mean, can't blame that. That's you know, it'd be rude not to have it if it's free. Rift Herald was summoned up top lane. Turilla wants to try and get this one in, but has to be very careful about it. Not sure if Ren knows how much damage she has right now. Could probably turn this around if she has a grass stack ready to go, but it's taking a lot of just poke damage here. There's the turnaround attempted. Will now flash away, but it's not enough, and Raka does TP does not quite complete in time. Will pick up the 1-for-1 though. Rift Herald does also manage to get off a charge. You're gonna probably like bowl 3 days in a row and have a wrist injury. Oh, don't bowl if you got a wrist injury. That's like, yeah, not the best bowling today. Oh my god. Oh, getting the most use out of working there. So Raka up top lane is just kind of holding the wave. It looks looks like they will swap back, bring his cannon down back towards the bottom lane. Probably go for dragon number 2. It is a cloud, so not the most impactful dragon. However, you have some ultimates that are very nice to get back for the team fights. With the slicing maelstrom and the Orianna ultimate. Viego as well wants his ult to be up pretty much every team fight. Cloud is actually being started by the side of Noxian Crusade. They will pick it up, so that's one dragon in their pockets. Kick the ball. Yeah, just kick the ball down the bowling alley, like, why not? Roll it with your foot. I wonder if that's allowed in professional bowling. Can you just, like, nudge it on with your foot? Isn't that what the special shoes are for? Exactly. See, Matt here knows what's going on. Why else would they give you special shoes if not to kick the ball? But current 17-minute mark, 7-7, still incredibly close. Too close to call how this match will turn out yet. That's well, I mean, I can see why the chat there, but there's an engage up top lane. I think being taken low as well as Renska, both of them will go down. It leaves it to be a 1v1 for the jungler, but it's not actually a 1v1 as Morgana is coming up. The extra poppy will not be able to get the shield. Svenno taken to practically 1 HP, but not actually going down. Slicing Maelstrom used to just pick up that final kill. Floopy's trying to get the return kill onto attack on Rat. Will, but might be in a bit of trouble now as CoraL running forwards. A lot of damage from the Nocturne. That will be picked up. Fulminar somehow now in the enemy turret. The kill will be donated over to Raka. And bot lane for Noxian Crusade really struggling. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm I'm very surprised. I'm not like that's. It was like, oh yeah, this might be you know, race or ethnicity from Color Dash shoes. Like, yeah, alright. It's clearly not meant. It's clearly meant about the shoes, but there we go. CoraL will pick up the Rift Herald Eye. They're being taken quite low, but be able to get out that one TP as well. Just coming in to absolutely make sure they're able to get away. But it looks like, oh, don't realise they're trying to turn it around. You see the Morgana there now. Should know to back out of that one. Just back to a bit more of a farming game. Both teams incredibly close. Pretty much no gold in it. One dragon apiece. It's just all about where that gold sits. So much gold at the moment on the Viego and the cannon, whereas on the other side, most of it's stacked on this Nocturne. So if that Nocturne, if Arc can take down the Nocturne, they're in a really good place. Floopy is here in the bot lane though. Nocturne jumping into the back, so Slicing Maelstrom comes out. That's a lot of stuns going down onto the Nocturne, but the TP in from Vink means that this will be an uneven fight. Raka trying to turn it around, get one onto Svenno. Can't quite in the end. And the curtain call will just come out now. Scylla having to use the E on the third shot. Really, you always want it on the fourth, but it's just taking a bit too low. Fourth flash as well. Nice turnaround there. No TP actually coming in from Renska, deciding that, you know what, even if I TP, that's a lost fight. Better off just trying to scale up in his top lane, and meanwhile, suddenly Noxian Crusade breaking open the game. 2 towers going down in the bottom lane, lots of kills being picked up. Looks like the Herald might get a charge actually into this final tower. It does, they won't be able to get the tower off of it, but maybe they can come back and get it a bit later. Prince Kamiwa has been pushing in the top lane, not managed to take the tower just yet. We'll back away. As the Noxian Crusader's back, that's a lot of damage coming out from attack on Rad actually. And there's the Paranoia coming in to just pick up the quick, easy kill onto the Orianna. Yeah, Fed Bruiser Noxian really feels fair to play against. It's honestly just assassins with the Bruiser builds. Just are horrible. Scylla here caught out a little bit though over the wall in the exact same place that his mid laner just got caught. Will go down in the end. It is returned for the Nami. Sveno not having the greatest game. Has turned it around quite a bit actually since that early game. Looks like lots of Zhonya's being picked up for Arc. Renska trying to use the hook shot again. Enigma just tanking the entire general to the face, just going a bit crazy, running straight back. Ren in a lot of trouble, will get taken down with the Tormented Soil. Ooh. Dark Binding doesn't quite connect to the Clockwork Girl. Now everyone just sort of hanging around mid lane. That's nice Dark Binding going out. That's a lot of damage being put into Raka. The burn won't be enough to take that down, but Ken probably having to back after that one. See, if these Dark Bindings hit, a lot of damage can be put down out of them. But they have to hit in order to do that. 5,000 gold lead now for Noxian Crusade. Also on the Drake advantage. Good sidestep coming out from Floopy. Not too much happening right now. Just still waiting. Waiting for that Camille to scale properly into the game. Waiting for the cannon to get a little bit more in terms of items. Looks like the Zhonya's will be the next pickup. Take over the Orianna. Call is used. Floopy incredibly low. Floopy? Not sure if that was a fat finger on the Zhonya's. Because there wasn't too much reason to use it right then. Did have the team blocking for him. Starts coming out into Scylla. That's mid tier 1 going down. Ren does actually get that mini stun. Exhaust goes down onto Turilla. Turilla will just walk back out of that one. Floopy looking for something across the wall. They walk close. Some ultimate comes out, but doesn't pick anyone up. A lot of damage put down into attack on Rat though. If someone can get on to jump forward from Fulnar. A nice shield from the Braum coming out to protect. We'll just be able to get that ward. A little bit of a lull status. Noxian Crusade don't really seem to know how to push into the enemy team. Did attempt the 5, but Morgana was taken a bit too low. And so they'll just take their back, spend their extra gold. Yeah, dragon spawning very shortly, 15 seconds left on it. Floopy actually caught by the Dark Binding there. Scylla will try and block as much damage as possible. Floopy goes golden. That means the Braum shield's not there. Ultimate's thrown out by both sides. The entirety of Argus here. Vink actually has the flank. Sitting behind them on the pop, he could potentially Vinksec someone into them. Trying on Floopy, can't quite pick up that kill. Is still trying to catch this Orianna. Will catch the Orianna with the ultimate at the end there. Enigma a bit too far forwards, just on his own, will definitely fall. That is a double kill going over to the Poppy. Pop still picking up some extra gold, getting even more tanky. Aqua playing a good early game, look a little bit out of sorts in this these team fights. A little bit not sure whether they want to go in, back off. Seem to be really struggling with the amount of poke just provided from attack on rats. Oh god. Oh my god. Jake was picked up and they turn straight onto the Baron. Looks like Ark either don't know or just don't want to contest. Enigma fight whenever he sees someone. Woke up choosing violence. I mean, woke up with that LPL spirit. Must fight all times. Mind you, that LPL series yesterday was disappointing. I don't know what it like. It's a 5-game series as well, but none of the games were that interesting, really. Yeah, weirdly, it's a 5-game series that kind of wasn't worth watching. You know? I won't say who won. Spoil it, but yeah. Very close between the two teams, but each game kind of got to like, each game got to like 10, 12 minutes and you were just like, oh, this team's gonna win. And then they went and won like 10, 20 minutes later. It was like, okay. Just because the LPL teams for some reason don't know not to fight sometimes. They pick the like scaling comp or start falling behind and they're just like, oh yeah, throw ourselves at them over and over. They got better, they got more people, they've got better items, nah, fight. It's like, what are they? Yeah. It's just kind of sad to watch. We're now 30 minutes into the game. Noxian Crusade, very slowly pushing down Ark. I think here actually 2 levels up against Renska. Sonic Hydra not too impactful against the Poppy. I think using that buckler quite effectively. Oh, heroic charge into the wall, Vink putting down a decent amount of damage. Bottom end hip turret will eventually fall. There's a lot of damage from Fulminari. Actually, do just pick up kill on the Braum. Floopy has taken so much from these minions. That's got to be the inhibitor at least going down. Mid lane has also been sacked right now for Arc Racker, taking a lot of damage. Is just still alive. That sidestep crucial. Did not get caught by the deadly fire. Fulminari jumping forwards. That's a lot of damage going out. Floopy definitely going to die there. Racker misses the hook shot on the turret. And that's gotta be game 1 now. Going over to the side of Noxian Crusade. Who are we gonna target ban later? Interestingly enough, I asked Mia if she wanted all the bans for mid, and she was like, don't care about mid, don't need any bans, so maybe not even you. that is game one. Going over to the side of Noxian Crusade. And if I remember which score it is, this one. And yeah, it was close until it wasn't. Also how I described all the LPL games yesterday. It was close until it wasn't. Eventually one team just kind of got a little bit ahead, and that was it. That was the game. Yeah, we've got one more series still coming up. We'll see if Battle Queens can bounce back and pick up a win. And draw the series. That is, well, what they're hoping to do. Pick up a point. Can you actually have your mains? Ooh, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The problem is, yes, I would just let you have Yasuo and force your team into a full AD comp, but Yasuo has fucking armor pen for some reason, on top of everything. It's not even like you can stack armor into him, it doesn't fucking work. Because if the Yasuo is any good, he'll realize, this guy's stacking armor, I kind of need to get my ult on him so I get my 50% free ass armor pen. Anyway, game 4. We see this time, Noxian Crusade will be on the blue side, Arc will be on the red side. You know what, let's throw a little poll in chat while we're, wait, how do I slash? Brain, too tired. Can the Battle Queens pull it back and win game 2? There you go. We've got the, let us know. I'll do a quick run through. Same players, of course, in the same roles. No one's swapped between the games, which you are allowed to do. Noxian Crusade on the blue side this time. Think has Tom in the top lane. Tyrella is on the Nocturne yet again. Attack on Rats on his Morgana again. Fulminari this time on the Tristana, backed up by the Janna. An interesting combination, Tristana, Janna. Oh no, you can barely hear me. I mean, I can't really do much about that, to be honest. I just have to talk like louder. Okay, I'll try and talk louder and hopefully my head won't pound too hard. Um, yep, so that's the side of Noxian Crusade. Arc Battle Queens, meanwhile, on the other side, Renska playing the Gnar this time. Enigma is playing Kayn, Floopy is on Syndra, Raka is on Caitlyn, and it's backed up by the Leona support for Scylla. So a lot more of a very classical comp. Well, coming out from both sides, actually. You almost wouldn't be surprised to have seen these comps coming out a few seasons ago, like 2 or 3 seasons ago. Apart from the Tarn top lane, that's not something that ever really used to get played. It get dabbled with a little bit, but not all that much. Interesting to note. Fulminari has gone cleanse into the Leona. That's what you see. See, Ark actually got ahead slightly in the early game, last game, but it just fumbled it, unfortunately for them. Looks like most people think that Noxian Crusade will be able to take game 2, but we'll have to wait and see. There is some interesting, I'm going to say anti-synergy. I don't know, Janna Tristana doesn't work all that well as a combination. Unless you can hit the tornadoes. But let's be honest, Janna tornadoes, it's not really can you hit the tornadoes, it's can your opponents not get hit by the tornadoes. Svenno actually walking up there will just give a free auto attack of damage. Shield coming out from Fulminari. Interestingly, Scylla and Raka not wanting to turn that around straight away. What Janna skin is that? That's actually pretty nice. I wonder if we'll see a Janna insect at some point. One of my favourite plays to make. Just, flash forwards, ult the enemy, backwards. Battle Queen. Battle Queen against the Battle Queens. Raka taking a lot of damage there with the Ignite. Ticking is actually enough. Goes down pretty much instantly in the level 1. Not respecting just how much damage can come out of this Hail of Blades Tristana, and yeah. Yeah, Raka still has heal. I think she thought that the final tick was not actually going to go off and kill her. Getting punished for it. This wave, there's not really too much actually lost for the Caitlyn. We'll be able to pick up still most of that first wave. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Link and Ven just both trading bits and pieces. Scylla just went for the E onto Svenno. Did not quite manage to hit it. And Fleepy and CoraL it's just trading across all the lanes really. Ren is actually going quite hard against Vink here, not quite realizing how strong Tarm is, especially with those heals early, perhaps. Did flash, and that looked like a bit of a visual bug, but had to use the flash. Pool party. Syndra actually, is this going to be used? Fleepy did get binded, takes a fairly large amount of damage. Fleepy trying to keep trading it back. Dark Binding does go down from attack on Rat, but the Tormented Soil won't be out. Attack on Rat just a little too far forward, will try and flash away. Meanwhile, Svenno and Fulminare make their way onto Rak, but Rak will stay alive thanks to that heal. No flash needing to be expended, but it's not often you see a Caitlyn being bullied out of lane. Enigma here, wanting to go for that bottom Gettle Crab, but will get found by Trilla and taken down in the end. Kills traded across the board, and this Nocturne getting some early kills again. Not to which what you want. Scylla actually going down in onto Svenno right there, but does not have the mana to follow up and chase that kill. Early play as well means that this bot lane for Noxian Crusade, who struggled last game, are getting pretty far ahead this game. Interesting enough, with Raka being 3, I think Scylla could have flashed in for the stun there onto Svenno and they could have killed. As long as they communicated it. As Scylla flashes forwards, Raka places a trap under. If Svenno doesn't have the insta flash and did get rooted, would have gone down to the trap. Headshot. But wave in a pretty bad place here for Ren. She really wants to push this one in, but you can see she senses something is up with the enemy bot lane being gone. Doesn't want to get bullied by this Janna. Svenno here, only level 3, is found by the Kayn. Interestingly enough, this is something that you could turn around as the Janna if you're able to outplay it. You're very close. Will walk out of that one alive, but takes a lot of damage. So no Fulminare is on his own in the spot lane. Scylla not actually pressuring. Now the pressure's going, but the Janna is on the way down. Although it is a Tristana, it's one of those things where if you're going for these sorts of plays, just, flash in. Flash in, take the stun, take the massive chunk of damage that you can put down with a Caitlyn. Or at least take the cleanse out. And you can try and come back. Early Dragon is actually getting taken here. For Noxian Crusade, they will pick up that early mountain. A little bit of extra defenses into their pockets. Oh. My head. Vink with the ultimate ready to go. Trading still onto Renska. Nara, of course, not very tanky. Razor set to win this early game to being put behind. Has gone quite a bit low on CS. Oh, that's a nice stun onto attack on Rat. The ultimate comes out from the Syndra, and that will be a second kill. Renska, meanwhile, being soloed in this top lane. Nothing she can really do. The licks from the Tarm are just too much. Sveno in that bush is zoning off the entire bot lane pretty much. Does help that Fulminari is level 6. The early mobility boots can run around very quickly. There's the jump forward from Fulminari. That's a lot of damage with the Halo Blaze coming out. Quite a bit put down onto Sveno as well. Traded back with those mobility boots. If they do manage to get onto this Jan, she could be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, Sveno taking a shot there. I would like to see the aggressive flash from Scylla. You can kill this Janna if she gets under the tower. When she walks too far forwards, especially when she's only level 5, she can't use that ultimate to push you away. Right about to gnaw out. We'll just continue to try and get some CS. Has had quite a bad time as the wave was in such a bad state in the top lane. Frozen and was denied a lot of minions. You can see the big CS lead being built up for Vink. Enigma potentially in trouble here. Has to flash so as not to get devoured. I think actually taking a lot of damage from the minions, but he's a tanky Tom. Raka throwing out the ace in the hole. The off chance that they're able to hit Sveno. So far, advantages just being built up almost across the board. So Noxian Crusade, there's the engage, but Ren will just say no, throw Turler out of there and walk out. The wave's in such a terrible state again, right as Ren tries to shove it into the tower. Its enemy jungle appears. Not support this time, but oh, they actually get Sveno, and there we go. There's the engage going down. Jumping back round onto Rak, though the exhaust coming out. That's a lot of damage. It's not quite enough to pick up the kill. There's the cleanse forced out of Fulminari. Zilla is still following up, putting down a decent amount of damage. Fulminari might look to try and turn this around, though, is jumping forwards, but straight into the queue from Raka, and 2 kills onto the Caitlyn in the spot lane. Back in it. Fleepy, a little bit out of position, does have to flash the wall to stay alive. Ren not quite able to get a play as Sveno is back top lane, really putting those mobility boots to use, jumping all over the map. An early flash from Ren there, not sure if it was really needed, but hey, better safe than sorry. Oh, my head is killing me. And yeah, you can see from that frozen wave just the level difference is almost 2 whole levels. Oh, Sveno very far up will just get tagged. That turns off the Moby boots, and who are they going to give the kill to? But Tyrilla is on the backside here, actually flashing in, will pick up 1. Maybe Sveno won't go down after all. Dark Bunny going in. Scylla now trying to pick up the kill, but they just turned a bit too quickly away from Sveno. And Turlo on the backside there, pretty much keeping his support alive. And that's a bit of a tilter. Gauge from Link there. Ren getting the stun off, getting the grass stack. God, those tongue lashes are doing so much damage actually. As the bow's going in, it does actually catch onto Ren. She will hop over Vink's head to get away. Vink taking practically no damage from the tower. There's two going up top. Oh, flash away from Raka, but the Nocturne is also here, tries to put a trap down. Spell shield will be fine though. And yeah, there's no real way of getting out of that one. Nice interrupt from Vink, just waste a bit of time. Oh, there's the jump forwards onto the Syndra. Fleepy taking a lot of damage. Unleashed power with the tower will be enough to pick up the 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, Scylla is up top here. Vink attempting to do the 1v2. A lot of damage going out. Still over 200 health though, and we'll be able to just walk out of that one. As Raka not feeling safe to go in the lane, is just taking the Gromp. And basically leads across the board right now for the side of Noxian Crusade. Yeah, they also have both dragons so far. It is a Cloud Soul. Not the most impactful, but you know, if you're a champion like Janna, sure. More move speed's always nice. Sveno with the fancy footwork there. Dodge away. The TP in from attack on Rat will save Sveno's life. Fleepy now does not manage to get the Scatter the Weak onto Turlo and will just go down. Pominara in a lot of trouble. Ace in the hole is coming out. We'll just pick up that kill onto the Tristana. Looks like Enigma's gone red, blue, Kane. It's hard because, you know, it's red Kane, but it looks like Shadow Assassin. I think it's Shadow. Yeah, it's Shadow Assassin. So has decided to go for that Shadow Assassin. It's an okay choice, you know. The Shadow Assassin can definitely attempt to one-shot some squishy targets like the Janna. Mid lane, meanwhile, is being pushed in by the Tarm. Just chucking some licks down onto it. As we crest the 15-minute mark, it's about a 5,000 gold lead right now. Side of Noxian Crusade getting a lot further ahead actually in this game than they were the last game. Maybe downloaded a little bit how Battle Queens play. Ooh, the Tristana there. 1 health left on the Kane, will jump out and not much the Kane will be able to do. Doesn't have the damage to finish that. Sveno now is just baiting Ren away from her own tower. Nara into the wall. not quite enough, and Vink will just lick to take that kill. And, oh, Zenith Blade into the bush. They have found the Tarm Kench, but that is one tanky Froge boy. Sveno steps a little too far forwards though, and will go down to Floopy. Oh, Vink's found Floopy though. That's 3. It's eaten up. It's a lot of damage. Flash means that the tongue lash will not hit. Floopy able to stay alive at the cost of his flash. Cloud Drake is up right now, and Battle Queen's posturing for it. They will get collapsed on those. They really need to burst this down if they want to take it away. TP coming in. Tyrael actually still walking forwards. It's like they will attempt to steal, but nope. Nothing will come out of it, and honestly a nice takeaway, buying them 5 extra minutes before that before that Elder spawns. Ooh, but Ark looking like they might want to fight this. They have all 5 members here. Sveno just doing support things, clearing wards, getting that support gold. Not quite enough to clear that one. Hey, wards. Oh, Fulminari actually jumping over the wall, finding Enigma. It's actually 2 levels up on both Enigma and Floopy, as 1 kill jumping in. Oh, but this Tristana will go down. Nice combo there from Enigma, just managing to survive and take down the Tristana. Sveno actually been roaming so much, and this Tristana been getting so much solo XP is out leveling the enemy mid laner by 2. Kobe donated that red buff. Oh, Zenith Blade is just Nara and the Leona though. Exhaust going down. They want to keep trying to chase this one. Stun. That's a decent chunk of damage, but Ren actually takes so much in return and will go down. And you've got to imagine Leona's going to fall as well. He just didn't have the damage to finish off the Janna through the shields. And full damage. Morgana with the Anges can do a hell of a lot. There's the Monsoon coming out from Janna. Just get a little bit of health back. Ooh, Herald might actually get this second charge off. Does do. Flash forwards from Fink, a bit suspect. Getting pinged by his teammates. Will actually be able to jump out of that one, but the unleashed power will take him down. Top lane tower meanwhile also being taken down. Noxian Crusade pretty much in full control of the map right now. Lots of stuns going down onto Sveno. Speed boost being used to try and get away, but edgy boy Kane will be able to pick that one up. Attack on Rat now has no mana, forced to flash away. So gold lead grown quite exponentially. Noxian Crusade quite far ahead at this point. No, we're really... you can feel the difference as well. No outer towers left, either for Battle Queens struggling to really get into this game. They need their true late game carries to finish those items, get to those 2-3 item power spikes before they can really fight. Cloud is spawning in about 40 seconds. Not the soul, it's not the most impactful. Someone else because of the yawn. No, I've had under 3 hours sleep. And still a little bit hungover. I mean, my hangover is not really that bad. It's mostly the no sleep killing me right now. Turilla taking a lot of damage actually. So many ultimates expended. Monsoon used as well. Turilla goes golden and will actually stay alive. Fulminari was just free hitting there for a little while, but forced to use the flash as the enemy team does notice him. Floopy trying to put some damage down over the wall. Ren now trying to retreat. They're chasing this one. Slow chase going down. A lot of damage out from Fulminari, using that Halo Blades very effectively. Kill is got on to the Leona. No flash now on the Tristana. Could be hard to follow up. Ren will throw one away. Sacrifice his life. Try and keep Raka alive. Is the burn enough? It is enough. Attack on Rat will get that kill. Just Floopy left alive to try and defend, but with no health. And a Tristana who can just rocket jump. Imagine that they're going to have to give up at least one tower. Fulminari jumping forwards, the beautiful tornado. That is another one picked up. I think just... who needs minions? Ooh, attack on Rat in a decent amount of trouble here, but Fulminari now just turning it around with the auto attacks. One picked up. Raka gets 1,000 gold shut down. It's very important for the team, but Raka could be in trouble. There's the knock-up. Jump back from Fulminari, and that might just be the game as it's a clean ace. Or, well, a pretty clean ace coming out from the side of Noxian Crusade. Pick up. Scouts looks like they want to keep pushing. Fulminari actually jumping forwards, looking for Enigma. A lot of damage being thrown out onto the Kayn. The shields from the Janna will keep the Tristana alive. Ren jumping back in. Arc Battle Queens doing whatever they can right now to just try and hold themselves in this game, but Fulminari on the Tristana with the Halo Blades is just pretty much running them down. Still now jumping in, but there's not much they can do. The minions will end the game, and game 2 goes over to Noxian Crusade as well. 2-0. 2-0 for the side of Noxian Crusade. Probably the most expected result, but there you go. Battle Queens put up a good fight. They had some nice early games, but nice early games, but just couldn't convert a few of the small leads that they got into anything tangible. Couldn't find the win. Thanks everyone for coming and watching. I'm not going to hang around babbling for a long time this time, because I need to go sleep. We'll catch you later for a hell of a lot of games that Atomic is streaming, so good luck to him.